Are you feeling a little blue? Well, you will be after this episode. But you won't be sad. According to a world survey, blue is apparently the most popular colour. Why do you think that is? Maybe because it's calming. The blue sky, the beautiful blue of the ocean, they're really peaceful, kind of calming colours, and those colours then make you feel calm, peaceful even. Really? Is that how it makes you feel? Because it's not the same for everyone. Blue is dependable, trustworthy, but colours don't affect us all the same. In fact, we don't all see the same tones of the one colour. So join me today as we explore the beautiful colour of blue in many different applications in our pursuit of 100 days of collage. It's Blue Week! Yippee! I just love the beautiful blues. As you can imagine, I have a plethora of papers and texture papers and jelly prints and craft papers. They are surrounding me in a beautiful sea of numerous tones of blue. I love it. I'm not going to show you them all and make you sit through them. It's okay. Just wanted to mention some of the colors that I've used to make some gel prints. The cerulean blue, love it. Powder blue, look at that. These paints are really inexpensive. They come from the Office Warehouse Stationery. I use them all the time for jelly printing because they're not expensive. Light blue violet Liquitex Basics. I love this paint. I also use it a lot for jelly printing. The Atelier, I like that too. It's got some great colors in it as well. Cobalt blue, phthalo blue, ultramarine blue, Prussian blue. I mean, hello. It's just endless the amounts of beautiful blues that we get to use. And doesn't it just make you feel good? It just does. So I won't pull out all the pages because you can imagine I have quite a ton. We're just going to get straight into it. Now, I had a really interesting question. I had someone ask me, where do I start when I sit down to make these collages? How do I get inspired? You know, it's not that hard. For a start, we're doing blue. So I pull out all of my papers that are in that particular color, light and dark and everything else. And then I go from there. Now, in rummaging through my boxes, I came across this piece or pieces. And I'm like, oh, wow, I really like that. So for me, where I start is with one single shape or color or texture. And from there, I will add to it other elements that I know that are going to work together. So when I pulled this out of my box, I'm like, I just love it. I don't know why. It's very pale. It is blue, but I'm loving the pattern on it and it just made me feel good. It looks like fun. So this is the starting point. Now, when I look at these pieces, I think let's add some black because those black dots look really cool. So then I will pull out black. That's from the Black and White Week clearly, but I could use that side. And then I would have straight black. Am I going to do it on a double page spread? I don't know. Ooh, we could do that, you know. So then I'm thinking now white would look really nice. And I have this beautiful piece. Libby sent me this in her pack. Look at that. Virgin paper. I haven't sprayed it or painted it. Look at that. Look at that. It's still crispy white. So I am loving that. Looks like a seashell. So I'm going to put some crispy white virgin paper in with this. And what else? The black, the white, the blues are looking gorgeous. We've got to add some other blues to it. So that's where it gets a little tricky. Do I want to add some of this, which looks like an ultramarine, or do I want to add this, which looks more like a cobalt? You know, that could be a little endless. I'm rather liking this color here. That's going to work really well. Also, probably that one would be nice. That's got a little bit more of a muted tone to it, which has probably had a few colors on the gel plate, a little bit of a stencil and a bit of a roll off. So any of those would work. Also, if I'm rummaging through my beautiful papers that I've been buying, I have a bit of this paper. That could work all right with the shape. I'm loving that shape. Yes, actually. That could work really well with that shape. Also, I'm liking this color because this is a really similar. That's a gel print with a stencil. That's really similar to that, so that's going to match. So any of these colors are going to match with this, my initial inspiration. So that's how I do it. I start with one initial piece of inspiration. It'll be a shape, a color, or a texture. And then I will add to it what's going to enhance and complement that initial spark of inspiration. And you have to like it enough to want to bother, right? So it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, these two pieces were pretty scrappy and in my box, but I'm like, I just like them. They're fun. They look great. So that's how we're starting. The next step is to decide what you like the best, especially if you have way too much like I do. Am I going to do one page or two? I think I'm just going to do one because, you know, we've got so many papers to use. So if I do one and I start on this side, I'm going to put some of that there, and I'm probably going to put some of that there because I want to see those shapes. I definitely want some black, some white. I'm loving this, and I think this one probably works the best. So that's how I'm going to start. Just pick out the ones that I like the best. Definitely have to have some of that as well. And we're going to stick it on one side. So, you know, that's going to cut down those pieces pretty hugely. All right, let's pull something together with these colors, and yay. I'm going to love this week. I just know it. Right, so I'm pretty happy with that. I've got it all stuck down. It's still damp and sticky, but I'm pretty happy. Yay. So that was my initial inspiration. Love the paper, love the shapes. Then I'm loving these shapes because they're exactly the same. I know, right? I don't even know how that happened. That's a beautiful stencil on a gel print. Love that. It's the perfect same color, similar tones, a little bit deeper. Loving the black. So that was the back side of the black and white piece. And then I put a piece of the front side with a couple of little splotches of white. Yay! There's a little peeky bit of the beautiful virgin paper that hadn't been spoiled with too much paint or sprays. Yay! And it's also under there, although that doesn't look so white because my paper is cream, but I'm liking it. I think it's okay. I had to add a little skirt on the end here because, yeah, I know, I stuck it on a bit short. You know, I was happy I had enough left of the paper to put a nice circle piece there. Yay, I'm happy. I like it. The colours are beautiful. The shapes are great. And so there you go. That's how I do it. One inspiration sparks the composition and it just unfolds. Now, when you're creating intuitively like this, which is what it is, the collage is coming together piece by piece. As you put one piece down, you then decide on the next. Sometimes things don't fit, like here. Or sometimes you decide the last minute you're going to stick an extra piece on, like here. Just go with the flow, you know. Don't stress out about it. Don't have a connuption if something is too short, like there. You can just stick another piece on or add to it because you've got to allow yourself to create. The more you create, the more you'll trust yourself and your own instincts that you're going to be able to do a good job. And that's what you need for your creativity, just to be able to trust yourself, right? Don't get stressed out about what's right and what's wrong and what the rules are, whatever. Trevor, how does it feel to you? To me, this feels great. I love the structure of these shapes. I love the randomness of that piece. I like the way it's all connected and the colours blend. So there you go. Is it right? Is it wrong? No, I don't reckon any of that. Do I like it or do I not like it? That's the question you ask yourself. And right now, I'm loving it. So we're moving on. Right. What are we doing over here? You know, I've got this beautiful piece of paper. This came from camipaper.com.au. I'm loving that website right now. just endless amounts coming to beautiful New Zealand. This is called Moonscape, or Moonscape in Blue, or Blue Moonscape. I know it's something to do with the moon. And it's really waxy. It's kind of really weird. I've never seen it before, and I had to have it. And there you go. So this is the inspiration for this side. So what are we going to do? Clearly it's really see-through, so it's going to need something. I was rummaging through my boxes and I pulled out this gel print, which is on music paper, actual music paper that I ripped out of a music book, which you get from the thrift store. Yay! Cheap as bro, from the thrift store. So I'm thinking that could look really nice under there. I don't know what this is like once it's glued on because I've never used it. I've just bought it and it feels like lunch wrap. You know that waxy lunch wrap? Kind of weird, but I like it. I like it. So if I do that, then what am I going to do on the bottom half? If I put this on, say, like 3/4 of the page, which I'm pretty keen to do, what am I going to put on underneath here? Because we need something. So that's where we come into the decision-making process. There's all of these beautiful blues, of course. There's also this one, which I really like. I like this one. Do I want the moonscape over the whole thing? Or do I just want it over half? I'm thinking half, probably 3/4. Okay, 3/4 it is. So we'll have 1/4 of the page and something else. I'm liking this. I like the way it sits with this jelly print as well. That's a strong contender. So, you know, we'll just leave that there. I also have some of this more bluey turquoise color. You know, we did that last week. What about some with some bronze? I think that's bronze, or is it gold? Yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, well, it's not the gold and bronze, I know that much. It's probably a gold. Looks gold. Okay. What about some with the gold then? Do we like this idea? Maybe we do. It's a little intense, isn't it? Yeah. Or this idea. This has got the same similar shapes to it. I'm liking that kind of rock shape. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. It's too much. It's too much. Let's go with the original plan. Righto, Stan. Let's go with the original plan. We're going to put that on 3/4. I have no idea what it's going to glue down like. Can't wait to see it. And we're going to put a little 1/4 of that down the bottom. Yes, that's what we're doing. Right, decisions made. Thanks for your help. So I think my moonscape paper is rather beautiful, don't you think? Yes, it looks fantastic. I'm loving it. You can see the music notes underneath. That looks glorious. This is a good decision. I'm glad we came to that decision. I'm happy with that color and that piece there. And then I know I'm going to tell you, I could tell you that it was a compositional decision to add to the bottom, but really, I cut my flaming paper too short. Again, I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I'm cutting everything too short. So my paper was too short and I added a tiny bit of this underneath, which was this paper here, which is a piece of craft paper, a spray roll-off piece that I then saturated with some pearlescent blue, something or other. It was a spray ink, right? Just saturated it. It was fun. Look how cool it looks, but it's really cool. Anyway, it does look a bit more turquoise than blue, but let's not get fussy about that. So I stuck the piece down there and then I'm like, oh yeah, that looks cool. But then I picked up a piece of the beautiful white, right? With its scallop shape. I'm loving this, Libby. Thank you so much. And then I put that on top and that looks fantastic. You see how you can really turn your mistakes or your oopsies or your, I don't know what happened, into something else that can really add to your composition. So don't get stressed out about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I keep cutting things too short today, but I'm loving this more than if I had cut it right and left it at that. I'm loving that shape. We'll see how it dries. Loving this. Now, you know what we could add to this, right? Well, we could. It would look amazing. Just saying. We could add some beautiful beehive paper along here. That would look really cool, don't you think? Yes, who's with me? Who's with me? Hands up if you're with me. I love it. We could put it right there. It's got the white of the paper. It would dissolve and it would just, oh, yes, I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. That's all I'm saying about that. And it's continuing the round, beautiful shapes of the moonscape. And I'm just loving it. We've done really well with our first 2 pages. I know this is going to be an amazing week because what's not to love about beautiful blue? Righto, so I'm thinking there, we'll pull it a bit away from the edge, seeing as we're getting a little tight in that curl. And we're going to put it there. It's going to be amazing. Just a little slither of beehive. We just have to add it because it looks great. I'll just trim this one off the side once it's dried. And then it'll all look absolutely wonderful. Yay! I'm really happy that I put this down here, but I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't have cut the paper too short. Just saying, don't stress out. Just find another way of being able to create it and you might find something better. Yay! Okay, that looks fabulous. Now I'm going to leave these pages to dry properly because this one's soaking and that one's still damp. And then we'll see what we're going to do next. Yay! I think this is beautiful. I'm loving these colors, loving these shapes, and it's all just a whole lot of fun. Now, the pages have dried up beautiful. I couldn't have expected anything better than how this moonscape dried up. I'm so happy with it. Now, that is stunning paper. Oh, my gosh. Loving my beehive on top. I think it's fabulous. I love these textures and these colors. Even this section, totally in love with this section as well. It worked so well. Yay, we're on a roll. I think we should keep going. What do you think? Yeah, I think we should, right? Listen, the place is quiet. No one's bugging me. And we're on a roll. So, you know, we're just going to have to keep going. Now, the thing is, when I think of blue, to me, it's the blue of the beautiful sky, the sea, on a beautiful day at the beach, the birds in the air. So I'm feeling like we need to create some birds. So birds is the inspiration for these 2 pages. What kind of birds? Well, I think I'm going to start with my favorite stencil. This is my favorite bird stencil. I used it in one of the yellow pages. I just love it. It's a little beat up, but it's still good. So I'm going to put some birds in the sky on a beautiful day at the beach or somewhere like that. Something like that, that feeling. So then how am I going to make my beach? Well, I'm going to use a serviette for some water. Look at this beautiful serviette. Oh my gosh, that is glorious. Don't ask me where I got it from. I think it might have been off the cheap Chinese website. Maybe, because I bought some stencils. Yeah, that could be it. Anyway, I'm going to use this glorious serviette or napkin for the water. Now, the thing about napkins or serviettes, when you use them, just make sure you take the paper off the back. Because if it's a 2-ply, it'll have one piece of tissue like this one. But if it's a 3-ply, it's going to have 2 lots of tissue. So you just have to check that. You peel that off and then you use this and put your inks on it to create collage paper. Yes, hello, everything gets recycled. Love it. So that is beautiful. Now I'm going to definitely put that across the bottom here. And what will we do for the sky? That's a good question. We've got so many options. What about just this one here? What about the one right in front of me? I don't know. That could work. What about we put that one there? Now, this is abstract, right? So don't get all fussy on me. It's just a concept of the feeling of a beautiful day. The sun's out. The birds are in the sky. You're looking at the water. That's what we're doing. So that's going to go on there. You know, I could pull some more of this scallop paper and put some of that on there. That could work. And then a stencil. Yes. All right. Something like that. I might end up adding something. I don't know. Really? I'm going to start with that. That's what we're starting with. And this side, I'm definitely adding more bird feeling. But this time, I have this beautiful serviette, which is magnificent. I have used it in a collage before. And I'm going to cut out these glorious feathers and put them on this side. Look at the stunning colours in them. Oh, you've got to keep your eye out for serviettes or napkins because they're fabulous. You get them from the cheap shops, or you can get them from really fancy pants interior homeware shops or wineries. Yes, I do have a few from some wineries when we went to Napier. I'm loving this paper. This paper is just mark making on the gel plate. I don't know, there's just something fresh and free about it. Probably because I was just mucking around, not stressing out. I'm going to put that on there, and then I want to add some brown. So I've got some of this Hello Fabulous Nat Geo paper. I could either use that side or that side. Ooh, or that side. Clearly I've cut a bit out already, but I'm liking this. I'm liking the brown with the feathers. I'm liking those colors. I'm liking the blue. I'm liking sitting next to the bird theme. Okay, let's do that. Now, what is fabulous about collage is that you're not limited to any one particular material, right? So we're using serviettes or napkins. We're using handmade texture paper, jelly prints. We're using dissolved Nat Geo. You can use anything you like to put it together to create the textures and the feel of what you're wanting to create. So don't, get stressed out thinking you have to have this or that. No, you don't. You just can use whatever you've got. Recycled is fabulous. I absolutely love using recycled papers, and your papers don't have to be expensive. You can make so many yourself with your gel prints, and you can recycle so much. Hello, packet of serviettes. Yay. Probably was $5. Not very much. And you get a whole pack, right? You get like 10 or 20 of them. Not that I'd make 20 of them, but you can if you want to. Just saying, resources are endless. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You just have to allow yourself to create with what you can find and what you have. All right, I'm going to put this down, put this all together, and then I'll show you once it's stuck down because, I've decided that those bits are a bit boring. So we might just jump to the part where it's looking awesome and I stuck it down. Because, sometimes some people say my videos are a bit long. I'm trying to hurry it up now. But we'll see how we go. No promises, no promises. Righto, we'll get to gluing that down and see where we're at. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. I put the fabulous jelly print down, and then I put the wonderful serviette down, and I loved it. It was beautiful. And then I planned to put the white paper with the scallop shapes. This is my last little piece left. And I put that down, and it looked a bit naff because it was so obvious in its shapes. It looked a bit like Ronald McDonald. I didn't like that so much. So I put some silver ink on it and smudged it around. That was great. And then this looks beautiful, the serviette on here. But then it was a little boring. So the beautiful blue moonscape paper was sitting next to me, calling to me, use me, use me. So I put the moonscape paper over the top of the serviette, which looks glorious. And then I found a little piece of this paper, which was some other paper that Libby had sent me. Pretty sure she's working for Cami Paper because she sends me these little bits like samples, and then I go on and buy a whole sheet. So that was that paper. It looks like bubble wrap, but it's paper. It's amazing. So then I was happy, and then I put my birds in, and they look glorious flying in the sky. They're a little smudgy because my paper's so thick, but I'm okay with it. I can live with it. I think it looks great. This is just the serviette on top of that jelly print. It went a lot darker, which it kind of looks like mountains. I'm loving it. I'm loving the way this moonscape feels on top of the serviette. It all looks glorious. It makes me happy, and you know, that's what we're after. Now this one, I put the fabulous jelly print down. That was the mark making. Oh my gosh, loved that page. And then I decided on the Nat Geo piece with the brown section. These Nat Geo pages, I'm telling you, they're like gold. Absolutely can't reproduce them the same. They're just such beautiful original pieces of collage paper. Yay. And then I cut my fabulous feathers out of the serviette, and I put it down, but it needed something behind it just to make it pop more on the page and separate it from the mark making background. So I found this one last piece I had of the Agora lace. Oh, just glorious. Love it so much. So I'm really happy with how these pages have come together. This was last night that I finished messing around with them. So now they're all nice and dry. Yay! And we can move on to the next two pages. Don't you reckon these look cool? I'm really happy with these. Serviettes, people, you got to remember to pick up serviettes or napkins, whatever country you're in. It's the same thing. You can use them for background texture. You can use them for items of collage, and they're fabulous. Don't forget to take the backing off, or else it doesn't stick properly, which I might have done. Yes, I have done it. Right, so we're going to start with two brand new page spreads. And what are we going to do today? Now, when I rummage through my jelly prints, I'm absolutely loving this one. It's got a tree stencil on it from a different project I did quite a while ago. And I know it's not exact and it's not perfect, but there's something about the feeling of it that I really like. I just like it. Reminds me of one of Vincent's blossom trees. I love it. It's awesome. I'm also loving this one next to me. This is very Picasso, don't you think? That's a stencil from, I can't remember, maybe Stencil Girl, but please don't quote me on that. I'm not sure where that one comes from. You know, if everyone just wrote on their stencils, it'd be a lot easier. I mean, geez, people. Loving this, loving that. So that's a great start. Now we've just got to put some colors with it. You know what? I might put some craft paper. I don't mind using craft paper with my beautiful jelly prints and other handmade papers because it's just another form of paper. I know some people are really funny about it, but I'm not one of those people. I've got some bits and pieces of craft paper from a big pad, and I just love them. They're so affordable, like hello. And they're great paper. And the ones in the pads that I don't like, that aren't the right colors, I use them to cut stencils out of them. They're fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Loving them. I just got to decide which ones I want. But I'm definitely going to use some of this craft paper. Oh, this is a nice piece. That might work. Maybe, baby. Or there's always some extra gel prints as well. Do I want to put it there? Maybe I want to put it there and put a section of it like that. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that idea. That could run over onto that page because I don't want to chop up my print. I really like it. Like the feel of it. Maybe I could put it there and just put a little bit of that on the edge just for a little bit of interest. Yeah, I don't mind that idea. And this one, if I put it on this side, what else will I put with it? I could add some more of that, maybe not. That didn't quite work, did it? What about this one? That might be all right. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. Yeah, I don't know if that's working either. Yeah, I don't think so. But I'll mess around with something with these. Oh, what about some more of the mark making pages? That looks pretty nice. Actually, I like this page more than I like the Picasso page. Yeah, I like this page. That's pretty nice. What about this page? Man, that's, yeah. Yeah, you're feeling it? I'm feeling it. That's really nice. We could put that there, maybe get some kind of featured element with our textured papers. Maybe a beautiful big, we could put a white rose there. Oh my gosh, yes, that'll look awesome. So if I put this on this side, my beautiful blossoms, do I want that on there? Maybe I do. Maybe I put it this side, maybe I don't. I don't know. How far does that print go? Well, that print can go right around the corner. And I do really like this piece. I don't know why, I just do. What about if I put it there and then put my trees on there? You know, that could be okay. All right, let's start with that and then see where we end up. So, fun fact about blue, you knew you were going to get one. During the Renaissance, the pigment for ultramarine blue was so expensive it rivaled gold, and it was so hard to acquire that some of the artists had to wait a long time before a patron would pay for them to be able to acquire the mineral to create the paint. Yes, even Michelangelo in his younger years when he was doing paintings had to wait until somebody else would pay for the beautiful pigment to be able to create the paint. Because, of course, the Virgin Mary was always painted with ultramarine blue. Did you ever wonder why Mary was in blue? Do you think she had just a totally blue wardrobe when you look at all of those Renaissance paintings? And you go, why is she always depicted in blue? Blue was chosen to depict the robes of Mary because it was so flaming expensive. It actually showed how much worth Mary had as the Mother of God, painting her with this beautiful ultramarine blue. I think that's so amazing. That tradition is based on things that are so simple. The fact that the pigment was so flaming hard to come by, it was so expensive that it was used for the highest value of the painting. I think that's pretty cool. So the paint that makes up ultramarine blue is made of a semi-precious stone called lapis lazuli. And at the time, to acquire this beautiful semi-precious stone, which was then crushed up and added to other elements to become paint, was found in mines of Afghanistan. That's where they had to actually mine the mineral from to create the paint. I know, right? It had to come on donkeys out of the mine, dug out by people, and then sent across the sea to arrive at the beautiful Europe so that they could create their stunning Renaissance paintings. I think that's so amazing because as I open a tube of ultramarine and just like squeeze it out, you don't stop to consider how much these actual minerals cost to create the paints back in the 16th century. I think it's so fascinating. It was so expensive and so revered that it was kept for the Mother of God. I think that's amazing. Now we can just open the tube and squeeze it out and indulge ourselves copious amounts of the beautiful paint. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Got my beautiful background down. I just love that print. You know, I know it's not perfect and it's got little glitches all over it, but I just like the way it feels. This craft paper looks fabulous amongst the blues and turquoise, and my glorious mark making gel print is awesome. Okay, so what are we going to do? Yes, we need, we definitely need one of the glorious handmade roses. I mean, it goes without saying. Look how stunning the white works with this background. Do we want smaller or bigger or rounder or less rounder? Not that one. That one, maybe that one or this one. That side or that side. You know, it dissolves quite thoroughly. the beautiful handmade rose, so you're probably not going to see a huge amount of it anyway. I could put it that side. Okay, that's how it's going to go. So what are we going to do to the other side? I don't know. Maybe we could add some more beautiful textured paper. I'm just loving the pop of beautiful white against all of these blue tones. I just really like that. And today I'm just really liking it even more. So we're just going to have to, how did I want it? Like that. I think we're just going to have to go with it because I really like the way it feels. This handmade rose will probably dissolve quite fully into the background, but it adds to the glorious texture and it works well with the mark making that's already on there in the white. So, you know, and if I'm not happy with it, you know what I'll do? I'll just change it. I'll just splash some ink on it because that could possibly happen. Yes, don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. I'll try and show you next time, however. But, you know, last night it got too late and too dark and you were sleeping and, you know, so I just went on and fiddled with the pages and before I knew it, that all changed. Right. That's beautiful. Love it. What are we going to do here? What about some of this paper? Because that dissolves really well too. I like the way this bit dissolves and I've got bits and pieces of it all over the place that could work that I've cut up from other pages. So, you know, let's go easy on ourselves. Let's just put a piece here. That will also dissolve quite extensively into the beautiful background. So that could look cool. And if it doesn't, like I said, we'll just splash some ink on it. Or paint on it, or add another piece of paper. Can't stress about these things. Righto, that looks great. I love it. Love that print. Loving my trees. Loving my swirls. They look good, actually. You could see them more on the dark, of course. And that looks pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. All right, so now that's got to dry. We'll let those dry and decide if that's it. I'm going to leave them in peace or am I going to torture them some more? Ah, that's always the question. But right now, I'm really liking them just as they are. They're really peaceful. I might splash some ink on that one. Maybe. I'll let it dry. Oh, what about some silver? Ooh, yes. Okay. If you insist, I'm going to get some silver. Now, this is just the FW Pearlescent. It's not a really full-on silver. It's a silver pearl. But, you know, I'm just loving the idea of just enhancing that circle shape, adding a bit more texture to it because it's going to dissolve so much. You know, that is just fun. Love it. Should we give it a little spritzer? A spritzer with water just to, you know, give it a little bit of movement. That's pretty nice. Yes, I'm happy we did that. That was a great idea. Thanks for your help. I'm just fiddling with it now. I know. Leave it alone. So I have to leave it alone while it dries. Back away from the page and we'll see how that looks. But I'm loving that. That's just a silver pearl. It just adds another texture, a little bit of an element, and it's a nice soft colour. Look at me being all soft and delicate and calm. All right, we'll let this dry and see how it looks then. Yay, the pages are dry and they're looking fabulous. Now look at this beautiful page. It was the jelly print background with just the mark making. So simple. These pages are so simple. And then I put the handmade rose on it, which, as I said, dissolves invisibly. Invisibly. There's a word for you. So then I put the silver ink on it. Love it. Had to wait all night for it to dry. But then I found a beautiful little, yes, black beehive paper. I love being able to just separate them and pull them out as individual elements. Oh my gosh, I am so happy I found this paper. Oh, I searched high and low to get a piece of the black, let me tell you. And I've only got one piece. But we only need to use one at a time. Look at that. That's fabulous. It just gave my circle there a bit more of an oomph because it was just the white and the silver and it was kind of lost. That just defines the shape. I am so happy with that. I'm loving it. I know it's simple, but I'm just loving it. Now over here, my beautiful gel print that I was in love with the trees. I still love it. It's the way it makes me feel. Then I've got a little bit of craft paper. And here is the swirly handmade paper, which dissolves, as I said, also it dissolves to its, you can just see the beautiful swirl shape, which is perfect. Love these pages. They make me happy. The colors are pretty. It's all calm and simple. We're not stressing. It's not intense. I know what's come over me. Oh, it must be the blue. Righto then, let's move on. Guess what? We're up to the last 2 pages. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Hold the phone, caller. I have a very important announcement. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I have to tell you right now, we just hit 10,000 subscribers on this fabulous YouTube channel, Adventure, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Right in the middle of Blue Week, right? Oh my gosh, so exciting. So I thought we have to have a prize. There has to be a prize or a gift or something. So I tried to narrow it down who was the 10,000th subscriber, but I couldn't work it out. The analytics weren't that specific, but I did narrow it down to 3 people who subscribed yesterday when it clocked over into 10,000 subscribers. So of those 3 people, you're going to get a prize. I know, it's too exciting. Or a gift. Should we say gift? Whatever, Trevor. It doesn't matter what it is. You're getting something come your way. So I was thinking about it. What shall I send? I could send this or that. But you know, I'll tell you a secret. I've got some beautiful inspiration packs that I'm just putting together now. They're not even in the shop. They're from this beautiful 100 Days of Collage. I've got the black, white and gold and with the text. That's all packed up and beautiful. And then I also have the red, yellow, orange ones as well. So the collages that I made during those fabulous weeks, the first one is week 1 to 3 and the second one is week 4, 5 and 6. The papers that I had left, the original prints, the stencils, the texture papers, all the collage elements, the craft papers, all of the fabulous things that I was using during those weeks. I had leftovers, you know. So I made some packs because I love the inspiration packs. I love sending from my studio to yours. I just love it. It's just something I love to do. So I've got them ready. You can choose. Do you want the black, white and gold or the red, orange and yellow? You can choose. I'll send it to you, but you have to contact me because I need your address, right? So the 3 winners are of the competition that you didn't know you were in because I just thought of it right now is Lizette Bowman, Amanda Kelly and Amanda, it's got an R, A-R, Amanda, Berlin. You 3 were subscribers yesterday when I hit my 10,000 subscribers, and I don't know which one of you was the actual 10,000th person, so all 3 of you can have a gift or a prize or a hello, yippee! But you have to contact me. You have 48 hours to respond to receive your prize. Private message me in Facebook or Instagram, or you can comment, but you need to private message me because I need your address to post it, right? Because the inspiration packs are actual tangible hands-on papers that you get in an envelope. They're glorious. And did I mention they're limited? Absolutely limited because I only have a certain amount of the original papers. So once those packs are finished, I don't reproduce. I don't go around again. You might not have noticed that, but it doesn't happen again. So you need to let me know who you are, where you are, and private message me so I can send you your fabulous prize. Thank you so much, all of you, who have been watching my videos and commenting and joining my Facebook group. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. So I really appreciate you watching my channel and my videos, because if you weren't, I probably wouldn't bother. I'd be talking to myself in the studio. So I'm just so glad you're here. I'm so excited. So the 3 winners, make sure you contact me, message me, private message me. Let me know where you are and I will send you one of my beautiful inspiration packs that are yet to actually be released. And you'll know that you are one of a very limited edition. Can't wait. Okay, let's get back to the pages. We've got the last 2 pages to do. I'm so excited. I'm so loving Blue Week. Yay! The last 2 pages for blue. Here we go. Now, there were some pages I've already picked up that I really wanted to play with. So I'm going to pull them back out again. I absolutely loved this Picasso looking one. I think that's fabulous. I also really loved this bronze. This is a Stencil Girl stencil. I think that might be, I'm not sure about that one, but I know this one is. This one's called Patina and Lace because it's one of my favorites. I know that. So I'm definitely using that. And then I pulled out some more. Now I know this one's Stencil Girl because it says stencilgirlproducts.com. Why doesn't everybody do that? That'd be very helpful. So we're going to do a little bit of a Stencil Girl festival with all of these beautiful prints. So I am loving this so much. How will I put them on? I'm not sure. I think I might put her on this side because that side's getting a bit round, but that's okay. We can cope. I'm going to put the bronze there. I might put this here, and then I'll probably cut some of that off it to fit that on it. There's a plan, Stan. We need the whole face on there, so that print's probably going to get a little trimmed. Or maybe I'll just continue it. Okay, let's do that. We'll continue the print over the big roll of the ocean, and we'll put that one there, and I'm going to put this on this side, because by the time you put that on there, there's only going to be that much left anyway. That'll look real nice. And then I'm going to find something for under here, because I'll cut that. Maybe some more of these papers up here. Yeah, maybe some of that. And then I think we're going to need some bling rings on there, because then that would bring that color over. I'm pretty, that might be the Liquitex bronze. I might have a look at that. Oh, I've got some other mark making papers too. They might be all right. What about some of these? Oh man, can't fit them all on. Righto, well, we'll make some decisions as we go, shall we? Okay, let's just get started. I'll put the Stencil Girl ones down there, put some of the bronze on there, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, then let's do that. So the pages are all stuck down and looking beautiful. Yay, this is what I ended up going with. I love that bronzy color, my beautiful Picasso Stencil Girl, and this gorgeous print here with those beautiful blues and turquoise. I think there's a little bit of turquoise in there. Loving it. This one had to have some mark making with some more bronze. Now I think that color is this one, which is the Reeves Fine Art. That's what I think, bronze. That's what I'm thinking this color is. So I'm going to do some bling rings over here because they would look amazing. So I have that color on a plate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It says bronze. It's quite coppery, but it says bronze. But I love it. It's a great color and it's a very affordable paint. So why don't we just put some fabulous bling rings over here in that same bronze color. Yay, looks beautiful. These beautiful rich tones work so well with the blue and the turquoise. I just love it. It's a little thick and chunky, but you know, it's a bit like me. So what can I say? I like fat art, just saying. I do use too much paint. Yes, I use too much on the gel plate. That one, oh my gosh, that's got so much paint on it, but I absolutely love it. So, you know, I'm not going to apologize for using too much paint or making thick, chunky textured papers, because that's how I like it. Yep, that's all there is to it. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's beautiful. That beautiful bronzy color on those glorious tones looks fabulous. I just love it. Oops, that one went a bit blobby. You can't worry about things like that. I think we'll stop right there. I think it looks beautiful. I wanted it to be the same color as that. And if it's not blingy enough, I can always fix it later. So I might put a piece of the white textured paper that I like over here, because I just don't like the hard lines of these papers. That's too harsh for me. I don't mind that. This is looking fab. I'm leaving it. But I think I might get some of this fabulous textured paper. I know I'm totally in love with this one at the moment. Looks like bubble wrap. And I'm going to put that, yes, I am. I'm just going to do it right now. Put it right there because I just want to soften those lines. I think they're a bit harsh. And because this paper is so beautiful and so textured, it kind of blends in with the background, but it will soften that hard edge. Just not feeling that hard edge. I just want it a little bit more softer. And there we go. Too easy, lemon squeezy. Yay. Loving these white papers this week. I know, right? I haven't sprayed any papers this week. Just so you know. Look at that. That is just glorious. I love it so much. I've got a bit of a roll going on with these pages. We might do one more week next week, and then I might change to my other art journal, because I bought another one because I didn't think I would fit 100 in this one. And then the other one is black. So, you know, that would make a whole different approach to the collages with a black background. But maybe we'll just do one more week in this one. Not sure, haven't decided. But that's fun. That looks beautiful. We'll let these glorious pages dry, and then we'll do a review of Blue Week. Oh, I just knew I would love this week. Well, I'm very happy with Blue Week, and I knew I would be because I love the colors. They're just glorious. They're peaceful. They're just beautiful. They make me feel good, and I hope that you find this experience as well. Loving my abstract papers. I'm glad you watched how I put them together, because I'm hoping that really inspires you with your art making. That's the point, right? You watch how I do it, and then that gives you a little inspiration for how you can put your pages together, and I just love it. Can't wait to see what you do. I hope you post in my fabulous Facebook group. This is glorious, this page, don't you think? I think this one's one of my favorites. Even my little oopsies down here, I like a lot better with that on there. If I didn't put that on there, there'd be something missing. So don't be afraid of your little oopsies, because you can really turn them into something glorious. The birds are beautiful. Lovely day in the sun, looking at the water, and my feathers look fabulous. Don't forget the serviettes. They work so well. Yay! Loving these pages as well. I love the colors. I love the simplicity of the compositions. They just make me feel good, and it has been an absolute pleasure making these pages this week. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you're still watching, yay to you. If you've gotten all the way to the end, you are a champion, absolute champion. Oh my God. Loving these pages. They're also my favorites. Actually, I think all of them are my favorites. Love our bling rings. Aren't they just glorious? That little piece of tube from inside the roll is my favorite. It's very sturdy, and I like the thickness of the rings. And yes, that is the same color as that. It dried up beautiful. I love it. Loving my Stencil Girl stencils this week. They've worked absolutely beautiful, and the pages are just a delight. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, for being part of this journey. I truly hope that these glorious collages and the colors will inspire you with your own creative adventures, because that's the point, right? We just got to paint ourselves happy, people. So I hope you join me next week as we continue with our 100 days of collage. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome! Yay! Hit the subscribe button and get all the notifications. And don't forget to like or leave me a comment if you've enjoyed the episode, because I've loved having you here and I hope you join me again next week.